Well, thank you for taking time out to have a chat. Obviously, we're here to talk about Scared to Death, which is screening at the 20th anniversary of Fright Fest in Glasgow. How are you feeling about the screening?
I'm so excited for the movie to get seen by everybody over in Scotland, and it's just I think it's a great movie. It's a great ensemble cast, and I think people are really going to enjoy it. The horror comedy we've put together. So,
And what was it about the script and your character that kind of spoke to you and made you want to get involved with it?
well, when Paul and I discussed the project and the script, the Grog was originally a different, going to be somebody different, and I, we had to, Lynn and him rewrote the script around the Grog because Paul wanted the Grog, to be this horror icon, but he also said, you just be you. And you're the Grog already. You're the living, walking Grog in life, anyways. So it was rather obviously easy to be me. And I'm a person that likes to help other people, that is strong, that likes to be a leader. I tell people on stage, I'm a man of the people, and follow me, and let's all use our common sense and be strong and good humans. And I think I got to portray that in the character, the Grog. He cared about everybody in that house and did the best he could to help everybody. And there's a lot of metaphors in that in life. There's a lot of demons and challenges we face, and we have to be strong in those situations and persevere through adversity. And that's what led me to, obviously want to play the Grog. The Grog is me. So does that make
Like you say,
sense?
yeah, and like you say, he is he's this icon of horror because obviously the film is about it's about the making of a horror film. And he has been cast and he's kind of the legacy horror icon. But then on your cast you have, the legacy horror icons of Bill
Right.
Moseley and Lynn Jay. So how is that, how does it sort of feel to sort of like play almost a riff or a parody of them as they're kind of right there on set with you?
Oh, they loved it. Bill and I, all three of us have become such good friends now. And, I'm very thankful to them for believing in me to be able to do and be the Grog. And they even call me the Grog now, but just to be that and to to be able to act alongside Bill Moseley and who I have another movie coming out, Hellbilly Hollow, that's being figuring out distribution right now that I star in, and I'm a crazy man in that movie, totally different than the girl. But I modeled that after Bill Moseley because I loved him in The Devil's Rejects. And then to be able to act alongside him now, be friends, go to dinner, he comes to some of my shows. I mean, I got to pinch myself, and Lynn and I have become great friends, and they're just icons with her Insidious and even her comedy stuff, like Something About Mary and Kingpin, and Bill's a legend. And it's just very thankful for the opportunity to be placed in an environment where I could shine and, you know, prove to the world that I could, be right there alongside Lynn Shay and Bill Moseley in a movie and make it great and entertaining for the people in the world. So very blessed.
Yes, and obviously you're outside of acting, your other job is, as a musician. Um, you're not the first sort of musician to move into acting. What do you think it is about, these two creative roles that, encourage, people to sort of cross the lines and, go from stage to screen or vice versa?
Well, acting, I get to morph into all these different characters now with all the projects that I'm being offered and whatnot. And it's just it's a thrill unto its own. As soon as I know that camera is on, just to be able to create and add your own little touches to that character and the vision of the director, I love doing it. I love to ad lib a lot too. But when it comes to music, I love when I hear the opening and we're going to walk out on that stage and there's 3,000 people. And for them, even the first time hearing you, we get the crowd lighting up their phones, up on their feet. We've only been touring a couple of years now, and I get to spread a mess. I write lyrics about peace and love and kindness and positivity, or things I've been through to help other people maybe avoid some pitfalls in life. And it's a way for me to be kind of like a motivational speaker through rock and roll and bring people together. So, two different um, feelings I get, of euphoria from it. But at the end, I know I'm sharing my creative side that I've kept pent up all these years with all of you and all the fans out there. And even if 1 out of 10 likes it, that's great. That's a lot of people all around the globe. So, and I'll just keep putting it out there and doing this till the day I die. And this is just the first of many movies, and hopefully be playing big arenas over in Europe and everywhere. So we're just getting started.
Nice. And in Scared to Death, it sees a film crew participate in a séance in preparation for the horror film that they're making. What's the strangest thing that you've done to prepare for a role?
What's the strangest thing I've done? What?
To prepare for a role, obviously in the film they decide let's go
Oh,
and have a séance to prepare. Have you done any weird and wacky things to get ready for a role?
well, in my and my first one of my first early roles, I was killed by Michael Myers in 2018, and I really didn't know what to expect, but I did have to sit in a chair and get a prosthetic put on my face so it looked like I was totally contorted for about 3.5 hours. And then I had to wear that thing with the blanket over me all day because we were on location. That was a little wacky, but Hellbilly Hollow that I star in alongside Kevin Wayne, I play a character Bull, and he's my brother Tickles. And we do a lot of it's a crazy movie and it's so fun. Um, but I had to figure out how I wanted to talk this character, how I wanted to be this character. So I actually got had him put my camper, or what you will, my living quarters right on the set, and I lived on the set of the horror movie for the whole month. So I could wake up every day and be Bull and feel like Bull, and I had to get, the scar and shit put on my face every day and makeup, and I immersed myself into the life of Bull and how I would envision he was. This was reality. So I that was a big project, and I can't wait for everybody to see that too because it's crazy. But I did live on that set, and I breathed both my character every day, so that's pretty crazy. It was very uncomfortable too to live in that trailer, but it is what it is. Bull lived in a little ratty house. It was uncomfortable, so.
And obviously you mentioned, being killed by Michael Myers. What is it like to, come unstuck at the hands of one of, horror's iconic killers?
Oh, it was. There's been so many Halloween remakes done, but this was the real like sequel to the original, the first one. And just to find out that I'm going to be in the one with Jamie Lee Curtis and then be killed by this icon in horror, it was a crazy feeling. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if we were going to battle it out. I didn't, but the way they did it, it was just amazing. And then even David Gordon Green, the director, he because they had done all this to my face, Christopher Nelson did my prosthetic and stuff. I had to lay there on that counter with the teeth because we couldn't move the teeth because I'm the one the teeth came out of the mouth. And I laid there on that counter for 4 hours which was they just had to keep moving my legs because they would go numb. But it was just crazy. And then they were going to put a dummy in the body bag. And I'm like, Michael Myers just killed me. I go, he spent all this money to put this prosthetic on me, put me in the body bag, not a dummy, and zip up this face. And he loved it. And, because they always try to be so rightfully so, making sure their actors are safe and doing the least possible. But just like in Scared to Death in the fight scene, I do all my own stunts, do my own stuff. I think you got to keep it as real as possible for the fan, and authenticity means a lot to me. So, but yeah, to be killed by him, and it's very surreal to be at a premiere in Hollywood for such a big blockbuster film. Very surreal. I'm very blessed that I got that role because it's led to many others, and now I get to show my lead skills in all the films I'm doing now. So very thankful for that.
Exactly. And, we've obviously mentioned a lot of horror throughout this conversation. What do you think it is about the genre that fascinates audiences? Because I think whereas, maybe the Westerners kind of fallen to the side a little bit, and, the rom-coms aren't really prominent anymore, and even the superhero films are kind of having a decline. Horror seems to just be that ever constant. What do you think it is about horror that appeals to us?
Well, looking, one might even say around the world that Halloween's bigger now than even Christmas. People just, people or Thanksgiving, people just tend to love that we can be scared. We can go into watch these terrifying movies that give us all different types of emotions while we're watching it, from laughing to grossing out to but at the end of the day, it's a movie, and it got to take me on a little trip into the dark side and know that I wasn't going to get stuck there because it was a movie. And I just think people love the thrill of that. And I think some people just love to do it, just see if they can make it through the movie and conquer the movie. Look at those Terrifier movies.
Mm.
People barely make it out of the theater on the first, it's just people like the thrill. And when they know they're still going to be safe at the end of the thrill, I think that's what horror provides. They can go on that ride. And at the end of the show, they're on their couch or in their movie theater chair and they're okay. So I think but the world is scary too. So, and you see a lot of it. Some of these horror movies, the ones that scare me the most are ones like the satanic ones, like The Omen or The Exorcist, because that touches a little close to a lot of reality. People do have to go see an exorcist and stuff like that. So it's a fascinating genre, and I don't think it'll ever go away. People have an appetite for that. So
And what other projects do you have coming out in the near future? What are you working on at the moment?
right now I'm doing a film with can't really talk much about it, but I'm going to be playing the rancher, and I'm the next killer with a mask, and it's going to be really badass. And I'm filming that now. It's from the producer Andy Gould, who did House of a Thousand Corpses and the Devil's Rejects. So I'm filming that this month, and I'm going to be calling Bill Moseley and telling him that Otis from the Devil's Rejects is about to get trumped by the rancher. So we're gonna maybe Otis will go up against the rancher someday. But so I've got that great project and more to come on that. We've got Scared to Death, obviously, premiering, or at first time I think overseas. I don't think we've been. I think maybe in South Africa we had a showing, but we're excited to be at Fright Fest, and appreciate all of you and appreciate you hosting that. And then Hellbilly Hollow could come out not too far after or before Scared to Death, and that's my horror franchise. And we've already written Hellbilly Hollow 2. So once we're partnered up with the studio or distribution we want to, we'll be filming Hellbilly Hollow 2. And I'm going to be touring starting in March with Tesla. Then I'm playing on the Monsters of Rock cruise in March. My debut double album comes out in April, and so it begins. Excited for that, and then I'm going to be going up to Canada with Steel Panther and Buck Cherry, and then doing some other shows with Buck Cherry and touring and putting out more singles. So, oh, and then I am going to be shooting another movie where we're bringing awareness to fentanyl called Relapse. I'm allowed to say that. I'll be filming that at the end of May. So, that's a pretty busy year. A lot to do. And as soon
That's
as
good
I'm
to
done
know.
filming this movie now, I got to fly right back and play a show in Atlanta. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're listening to all this stuff. I'm not hearing sleep. I'm not hearing like sleep, eat,
but
you know.
no, I get my sleep. We have the tour bus. I love being on the tour bus because I can sleep in my little dark bunk hole, and I sleep very well. And I'm so focused on the show that night. So I get plenty of sleep, and I just love being active and creating and taking pictures and I wish I could be out there, for the showing of our film because I'd love to meet all the fans and sign autographs and take pictures because that's what I'm all about. But we'll get over there. We'll be overseas soon enough. I'm sorry it didn't work out this time, but I'm appreciative you had me on for this interview.
Thank you so much for your time. And yeah, best of luck with this film, the tour, the other million things that you've got going on, and hopefully we'll cross paths again in the future.